Today, we are going to be talking about digital media and your brain. Sometimes when you're using media, it's hard to stop. Lots of people even say they feel addicted to their phones or the apps and games they use. But is digital media actually designed to get you hooked? We are going to go over the ways different digital media does and does not help us find healthy media balance. I'd like you to take a moment to think. What are some things you like to do on your phone or other devices? You might be thinking texting, posting and checking on social media, watching videos, playing games, listening to music, or reading news articles and blog posts. Why do you enjoy doing these different activities? Maybe you like getting positive feelings, being entertained, engaging in your interests, or maintaining relationships. Today's essential question is, how does digital media try to hook you, and what can you do about it? Our learning objectives, we will explore ways that different types of digital media are and aren't designed to help us make good media choices, reflect on how digital media is designed to either help or hinder the addition of meaning and value in our lives, and think about how to develop good, healthy habits when using digital media. Take a look at this image. What do you think when you see this image? Perhaps you see some friends sitting on the sidewalk or the stairs, just all on their phones. What caption would you write for this image? When we use social media and devices, sometimes we have specific reasons for doing so, but sometimes we don't have a reason or goal. We actually do them out of habit, which means something we do automatically without even thinking. Habits can include blinking, running your fingers through your hair, cracking your knuckles, or biting your fingernails. Going back to your list of the things you like to do on your phone or device, do you think that you ever do those things out of habit? If so, do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing? Using digital media can be fun and interesting. In fact, it's built to be that way. The features of your devices and the apps and games and websites you interact with all have been designed by people who want to get your attention. Today, we're going to talk about how they do that and how it affects you. We're going to watch this video, and I'd like you to think about what media habits did the people in the video talk about, which features of design hooked them, and do you think their media habits add value and meaning to their lives?
I check my phone a lot.
More than I can count.
I check it usually when I wake up in the morning.
Before school, on the bus ride to school.
During school.
A couple times each class.
At lunch.
Probably checking at break. After school.
Walking home. While I'm doing homework.
I'm constantly checking my phone until I go to bed. For me personally, the positives of social media are the biggest probably that I feel connected. It's a way for me to talk to my friends at all times. When I don't have it, it really feels like I'm on another planet.
I don't really wish for the days when I didn't have my phone because it gives me so much stuff that I cherish.
I think I really enjoy social media when I am discussing issues with like-minded people or talking about things I'm very passionate about.
I like to make artwork and write, and so sometimes I'll use that as a platform to display my art.
It's fun. I like posting, I like editing pictures. It's just fun to be able to talk to my friends all the time.
Yeah, I never really feel depressed or anything like that. Just because there's always somebody to talk to and always somebody that's there for you. That's kind of a good thing about social media.
It has definitely created a pressure for people to keep on doing it, and I know that it's basically to keep them on the app.
The autoplay kind of helps me binge watch because if I don't get to the remote and click back, then it's just going to start playing.
It is hard to keep track of the episodes and hours when you're binge watching. I think that is definitely part of it.
I only have to wait 3 seconds to see what happens next, so.
I watched about 10 to 12 episodes in a day one time when I stayed home from school, and I finished the first season in one day. I think I've done that twice.
There's been times where I've planned on just watching one video, but then I've kept watching more because the recommended
and then it just keeps going, and all of a sudden a ton of time has passed.
You know, sometimes when I'm really into the show, but I have something else I need to do, it's very hard to decide if I should click out or not. But it starts playing the next episode, I'm like, oh, it won't hurt, just one more. You find yourself like 2 hours later, and you're still watching it, and you have homework to get done.
I would say that I'm definitely hooked on my phone, very dependent on it is the word I would use. I feel that I'm very aware of this, and I'm not very happy about it.
Sometimes I wish that social media didn't have as much of an impact on my life.
I'll work, and then every once in a while I'll be like, okay, I'll take a break, and then I'll go back and check again, and then I'll check for too long, and then I waste a bunch of time that way.
It really makes you feel less whole when you realize you're putting so much energy into something that's on a little box in your hand.
It's something new. It's always exciting. It keeps your attention, and that constant turnover of adding new things definitely contributes to the amount of time people spend on it.
So there were a lot of interesting things mentioned in that video. Features like autoplay on Netflix and YouTube, likes and comments on social media apps, goals and levels in online gaming increase people's use of all of these tools. These design features can sometimes lead us to form unhealthy habits like checking our phones obsessively and spending more time online than we'd like. Our brains are wired to build habits. We have habits for our daily routines, like the way we brush our teeth or the things we do to get ready for school. Tech designers understand the power of habits. Their job is to get you to use their devices or tools as a habit without even thinking about it. This makes them successful and makes them more money. It's called addictive design, which refers to features or aspects of a device or app that are intended to hook the user into frequent use. Addictive design works because it uses feedback loops, which is when you get a response to something you do or post online, causing your brain to experience a temporary moment of pleasure. Feedback loops create a kind of reward that makes a habit stick. You do something, you get a response that makes you feel good, and then you want to do it again. So, how does social media use addictive design like feedback loops to get and keep your attention? They use things like likes, dislikes, or other ratings, comments, the ability to share pictures and see other people's pictures, streaks, videos with autoplay features, and live streaming. Thinking about our media choices and the habits we form while using them is very important. Good habits help us build healthy and happy lives. Bad habits can make our lives more difficult. While addictive design is used to create many kinds of media, there is a movement to develop media using humane design. Humane design prioritizes what is good for us. It includes technology that is designed to be useful and really add value to our lives. It encourages tech designers to design tools that really add value to our lives, not just get us to use the app more. Some apps and games can have elements of both humane and addictive design. Some features might be helpful, and others might be a hindrance. Much of the digital media we use incorporates addictive design, which gets us to use it more, but doesn't really benefit our lives. We can make choices to use media that incorporates humane design to get the best out of media in our lives and find balance. So now that the video is just about over, please come back to Zoom so we can discuss all of these ideas.